Guys, welcome. Today we are getting into some more cleaning. I'm trying to give you guys a lot of homemaking motivation in this video, but we're going to try and go room from room, seeing what we need to do and do some of those cleaning things that I typically don't always do. Some of the things that I sometimes miss and that I don't do regularly, like getting behind the couch and up underneath the appliances, dusting the windowsills, things like that while we are cleaning. So I hope you guys are ready for some deep cleaning motivation and some homemaking inspiration. If you are, give this video a thumbs up and let's dive in. Also, I'm going to be splitting this into multiple videos or multiple days. As much as I would love to get this done all in one day like I did the last time I put out a whole house clean with me, I don't think I can do that this time around. In a very busy season, both my husband and I. So my husband's got some things to get done. I got some things to get done. The kids, homeschool coming up, the trip coming up, lots of things. So my time is like scattered into little bits and pieces here and there. So I'm doing what I can with that. But nevertheless, we are getting it done, just not as organized as I would love to. So anywho, let's just do this. Alright, you guys, so here I have my baby girl's monitor. I have a 1-year-old daughter and she is currently having her nap, and this is typically about the time that I can be very productive in my day. Otherwise, I'm kind of like cleaning while the kids are running around, or just like utilizing like small bursts of periods where she's playing with her brother. But right now, while she's napping, I'm going to try and get a win right out of the door. I love to do that. I love when I can start off with cleaning a room that I know it's not going to take too much time. That way I can fully complete it and it's an accomplishment right away. So that's what I'm doing here inside of my family room. It's just a few toys that need to get put back in place, and I try to keep the toys in here minimal. I've just been on a minimalism journey, trying to minimize cleaning in all areas of my house, and this has also helped with the quality of playtime that the kids have. So now that the toys are out of the way, I'm also gonna go ahead and start cleaning our wet dry vacuum station. This is just the station that houses or holds the vacuum, but it can get pretty dusty because it does have a self-clean mode. This is the Shark Hydro vacuum, so highly recommend that vacuum. But I'm going to be using that vacuum today, but I do want to get it cleaned up and then moved over here to another corner of the home. I don't believe that I mentioned here on this channel with you guys that our family is currently preparing for a temporary move. We are going to be in Florida for a little bit more than half of the year. It's going to be like a seasonal thing, so we are going to be there during the colder months. It's going to be fall, winter, and spring. We're going to come home just before summertime, before it gets too hot in Florida, but also when the weather is starting to warm up north in Michigan where we live. So I'm trying to deep clean the home, dust really well, get behind everything, the nooks and crannies. So you guys are going to see me doing a little bit of deep cleaning here. So I'm going to be like dusting off the shelves, getting behind the sofas, the appliances, and all of that things as mentioned. Not only do I like to do a whole house clean at the end of every month, but I also like to do deep cleans before the season changes. Summertime is beginning to come to an end and we're entering into the fall season, so I typically do it like every season and then just keep up with my weekly and daily cleaning of the sorts any other time. But here, as you can see, there's not much behind the sofa, thank goodness, because I've been trying my best, you guys, to stay on top of it. But I am going to get these window sills dusted because that's something that gets a little bit dusty fairly quickly, especially in the summertime. We're always like opening up the windows, the blinds, the doors, and all of that. So I'm getting all of this dusted. I just don't want to leave any spider webs. We even get a couple of them up on the ceiling, so you guys see me trying to even get the little spider webs that's up on the like corners and edges of the ceiling where the wall meets the ceiling. We had a few spider webs up there, and you guys, I absolutely hate spiders, but I'm pretty sure there are some in our attic, and so sometimes we'll see like spiders and spider webs inside of the home, which I absolutely do not like. So even though we are going to have a home keeper that's going to be watching and taking care of the home when we are away, I still want to make sure like there's not going to be spiders and spider webs and everything like that around the home, because we're not going to actually be able to, tend to it ourselves, and nobody takes care of your home the way you take care of your home. So of course we're going to be trusting the home keeper to keep up with it and everything like that. And my husband's also going to be, probably all of us, going to be traveling back home quite often. So it's not going to be one of those things where the home is just, left alone and abandoned, but I still want it to be very nice and clean even when we're coming back here to visit. I'm wiping down the blinds because this is one of those things that gets a little bit like greasy when we are cooking. Sometimes my husband will take his cast iron skillet, and once he brings it to the sink to, clean it and everything, like the steam from like the butter and the oil and everything will rise up, and that's normally something that makes the blinds get a little bit gritty. So I wanted to get that done, and then just giving the area rug a good vacuum. This vacuum is one that I also love. I'm pretty sure that this is Shark as well. We love our Shark vacuums. It's normally our go-to, Shark or Hoover maybe. I will link all of the cleaning products that I'm using in this video down below. I literally sometimes just forget what kind of cleaning products and tools we actually have, but I often talk about them during my cleaning videos, and I'm going to try and link them all down below for you guys. So just giving it a good vacuum in here, because my main focus in here was just the dusting. So I was able to get behind the sofa, behind the buffet stand, as well as the kitchen blinds, and I'm also going to now do the fireplace as well, just to make sure like there's no dust and ashes or anything like that, or spider webs around the fireplace either. So just trying to get all of the corners and everything like that, so that once we do this again in the next couple of weeks, it'll be a lot easier, because honestly we've been extremely busy. I feel like this Clean With Me, I really need to kind of catch up with you guys and just share with you guys like some of what's been going on. For at least the next month, I am only going to be posting videos once per week instead of twice per week, and that is because we have so much just piling up on us lately, and I am one who encourages you all, and I try to follow that myself, is to be very intentional with your time and with your season. Know what season you are in. Every season is not going to look the same, so there might be times where I can put out 2 videos a week. There may be times where we're having a really slow season and I can add a few things to my schedule, and then there are times when our schedules get a little bit busy and then I might have to slow down in other areas. But here is a look of what the family room is looking like for now. I left the kids right on toys here, and then this here table is a bit scratched up from the childproof bumpers that we've been putting on and taking off for baby girl, so we'll get a new one soon, but for now we'll leave that alone. And then over here we also have just a little bit of Halloween display decor, baby girl's Montessori puzzles and toys. But for the family room, that's about it. And now I'm just gonna move on to the kitchen. As far as time wise, we have definitely been on the more busier side of things, and I'm trying to lean into that intentionally. We're in the midst of packing for the road trip and the temporary move. We're in the middle of like tying up our loose ends and everything. Just a lot of, things that we have to do before we leave. But also, we recently began our homeschool week back up for level 2. So my son just started 2nd grade of homeschool, so he is now doing that. And on top of that, I have a 1-year-old, and we also have been taking Noah, my 6-year-old son, to swim practice 2 days per week instead of 1 day per week, because we have some makeup classes that's not going to transfer out of state with us. I also had the kids' doctor's appointment because we have not found a doctor in Florida, so I just wanted to make sure like the kids had their wellness checks and visits and everything like that before we leave. That'll know, give us some time before we find a provider in Florida. So just trying to catch up on all of the things and make sure that the home is together and that we're prepared. We've been, just in that whole moving process, along with just continuing normal day-to-day operations. So I'm sure you guys can kind of just relate to that with everyday, like just mom stuff in between. So now we're here inside of the kitchen, and in here my main focus is to get the dishes clean and put away, and then focus on getting behind the fridge and the stove. The family room is done for now, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but all of my fall decor, most of it is gone, with the exception of a couple of candles and the Halloween Disney display that my husband purchased me for my birthday. He purchased me the Christmas one just before last Christmas, and now I have the Halloween one too, which is what's lighting up back there on the buffet stand. Don't mind the Olaf back there. We are a Disney loving family, so my husband actually printed that large Olaf with his 3D printer, and then me and Noah have been taking some time to paint it together. It's been really fun. So it's sitting over there because we're not completely finished painting it, and it needs to dry, and we need to finish it, and it needs a couple more coats, all of that stuff. So anywho, enough about me. I would absolutely love to know how you all are doing. I know when I posted my last video sharing our homeschool curriculum, a few of you did let me know that you guys have also started homeschool, so I'm wishing you guys the best, and I hope that you guys are having a wonderful start to a wonderful school year. Let me know down below how it has been going. I love to hear from you guys. I am not the type of vlogger that just creates days in a life and just kind of just share videos for you guys to just follow me as I just talk about myself and show everything going on in my life only. I know that they exist, but that's not the type of vlogger I want to be. I feel like YouTube is just a wonderful platform to be able to connect with others all over the world. So I feel like we can just be mom friends or cleaning buddies on a typical day. I do like to share my days in the life so that I can have some relative aspects and kind of just relate with you guys. But I think that hearing from you guys, it's just the part that I love the most, being able to connect with you guys and just get to know you guys too. I'm always open to hearing from you guys down below in the comments. It also helps me to not only connect with you guys, but to also know what type of content resonates with you guys, where I could be an influence, where I could share motivation, and where I could also share some inspiration, because I kind of personally feel like the world of influencers is changing. It's not so much always a good influence or the best influence. A lot of it is just like, hey, even if what I'm sharing is not beneficial to you, or even if what I'm sharing is not positive, if it seems interesting or entertaining, or even like a misery likes company type of thing, I feel like most people will still share it anyway. But I would much rather just be a breath of fresh air and something positive for you guys here. All right, you guys, so here's really quick what we did in the kitchen. I'm not gonna mop, I'm not gonna sweep, because we are getting ready to eat dinner, and I have a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old, so food ends up everywhere. The 1-year-old just gets food all over her high chair, all over the floor, and then the 6-year-old, he's a messy eater too. So yeah, we always gotta sweep and mop after dinner, so I'm not going to do that just yet. We're gonna eat spaghetti and salad left over from yesterday's dinner. I just finished cleaning the pot that I used to cook the spaghetti in. We had a lot of it left over, so I put that inside a glass storage container and then cleaned the pot out. Got some dinner rolls. They need to rise for at least another 45 minutes. So I'm gonna let these rise while I'm in the shower, and then pop those in the oven for 15 minutes to go along with dinner. Then we'll eat dinner. So I'll clean the stove after dinner, as well as the floors and everything. But I'm gonna pick up some more tomorrow. It's been a pretty long week for us, so I'm kind of doing this in increments. It is a new day, and today I really want to at least focus on my floors today. I got just a little bit of time. The kids are upstairs playing, so I'm gonna try and get my floors done. I know Nevaeh's almost due for a nap, So I'm hoping that I can get the floors cleaned, and then while she's napping, focus on some things I need to do in her bedroom to get cleaned, and then also my bedroom. So it just depends on which room she's napping in. If she's napping in my room, I'll work on her room. If she's napping in her room, I'll work on my room. So baby steps here. We're gonna get some things done.
To start the rebuilding of life, the roads that lay open are many. When the old one's gone under the knife, and I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any, to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a wreck. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow.
Here are all of the things that we're working on getting packed up for our upcoming road trip. I'm gonna take 3 suitcases, one for me and Nevaeh, one for my husband and CJ, and then we're gonna take one just for all of my husband's work things, electronics, all of that, as well as a couple of like little backpacks. I also have 2 little pink, those are actually like baby diaper caddies that we would keep like diapers and baby wipes in, but we don't use them. One we used to have upstairs, one was downstairs. Now I'm thinking maybe we'll use them as snack caddies. Maybe one I'll pack snacks for the kids to go in the back seat, and one I'll pack snacks for my husband and I to keep, maybe like for us, I don't know, we shall see. Otherwise we'll leave it at home. I have a bag here with like homeschool stuff that we're going to be taking with us, as well as like a little bag inside of there that we're going to pack up a few of the kids' toys. So just a lot of things we're still working through to figure out how we best want to do that. But besides that, I'm going to move on in here. We also put the homeschool board up on the wall here and cleared off our calendar, so we'll get that taken care of actually tomorrow for the start of the upcoming homeschool year. So I'm now going to move on to the kitchen. I'm going to try to pull out the fridge. See what I can do here. Still have tape from when we painted back here. But yeah, it's pretty sticky back here. We also got like drizzles of paint on the floor. I can't do anything about that, but the water line is connected, so I'm gonna try to carefully pull it out as much as I can without pulling out the water line. But yeah, you guys can see it is sticky, especially here on the sides, so we're gonna get this cleaned up.
I've will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you, wanna see you smile? Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that you have something on your mind right now. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright, all night. We're all about the good vibes, all about the good vibes. I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright, all night. We're all about the good vibes, all about the good vibes.
Since we already had the stove put out, I decided to go ahead and also clean the sides of it because this is just another one of those areas that's hard to reach when the stove is pushed up between the two counters. So I wanted to make sure that I got that because it was very sticky, and then just giving the floor another sweep and mop because obviously the under parts of like the fridge and the stove were also a little bit dusty, so when I pulled it out, some of the dust is left over on the floor. So just trying to quickly give it a sweep and a mop. I will come back and give this kitchen another deep clean. My main focus was just on getting like those hard to do things done, so that at least the next time that I'm like cleaning the kitchen, which I honestly do twice per day because we're always cooking in here, eating in here, and it's just a high traffic area. But at least the next time I do it, it will be a bit easier. I'm pretty sure that at this point my daughter is getting ready to wake up from her nap, so I had to be as productive as I could with the time that I had. The kitchen cleaning is typically doesn't take me that long, but getting behind the appliances and everything, that's just a little bit more work. So I know that some of us, and even me sometimes, we can do it all in one go, but if you can't, I highly recommend that you just kind of split it up and do what you can. You don't have to get it all done at once. Just know what season you are in and be very intentional in that. Do not overwork yourself if you don't have to, and especially if you can't do it. Alright, you guys, so now that we got some cleaning and mopping done, at least the best that I could behind the fridge and the stove, I tried to scrub as much as I could, despite like the paint stains and the painter's tape, but We are gonna move along to my daughter's room next. I did have to take a break because, as you can see, baby girl is up from her nap. So I'm going to take a break. We're gonna spend some time with her, and then when she goes down for her next nap, that is when we are going to pick back up and begin cleaning some things inside of her room too. So inside of the kids' room, a lot of it is me figuring out different storage solutions. As you can see, it's definitely a mess, and the messes always either tell me that my kids are enjoying their time playing or we need to declutter. In this case, considering this is the nursery, we need to declutter. Baby girl grows out of her clothing so quickly, and I don't like to go from the room to the garage every single month and every other month as quickly as she's outgrowing things. So I've been keeping like a bin in the closet since birth, just storing her baby clothes in here as she outgrows them, but now it is overflowing, so I need to get that out, as well as some bottles, some nursing supplies, and just a few other random things that are out of place inside of the closet. So that's gonna clear up some space in there, and then it's time for me to finally figure out a new storage solution. So I'm spending some time here in the closet just trying to figure out what is all in here. It has been a little while since I've done this. I think I maybe revisited this area like twice since we've had her, and the last time was probably about 5, maybe even 6 months ago. I don't know, but as you can see, it's a mess, and it makes the room harder to clean. It makes it look a lot worse than what it actually is. So I always say take everything out and then put back what you need. That's my way of minimizing, that's my way of decluttering, and I always recommend that you guys do it the same. Take it out, see what you have, and just put back what you need. So I'm doing that here in the closet with some of like the products. We honestly don't use a ton of the products in here, and I probably should throw some out, so I'm just trying to go through that and just put some of the ones on the shelf that maybe we'll still be using. But yeah, it's just a big mumbo jumbo of a mess in here. And then even like with some of these products, it's like we'll try it, I don't like it, and instead of actually throwing it away, I'll just buy something else. And then as she gets older, there are just different things that she, needs anyway. So just trying to make sure that I do my best to stay on top of that so that it just doesn't come completely overwhelming. I know it looks bad, but it looks a lot worse than what it actually is. So I know that like the bins, typically I like to keep things in bins because it makes things look less cluttered, but once they're overflowing, it's no longer serving its purpose. It doesn't make anything look tidier. It's just helping me hide a bunch of things. So I figured if I take them out of the bins, maybe it'll convince me to stay on top of it more, because with it in the bin, half the time I can't see what is in there. So pick your battles and use the bin system where you can and where it serves you. So speaking of bins, this is the one that is overflowing, the one with her baby clothes, and I actually have been going through this. Some of it I donated, some of it I shipped to my sister that had a baby, and some of them I just completely tossed away. And so there's still a lot of clothes that I need to go through, a lot of bottles that we literally never use. She just like my son, they're exclusively breastfed and they never took to bottles. Being a stay-at-home mom, it wasn't a huge problem. So I'm just adding in like teethers and pacifiers and things like that we're also not using, so we can just sterilize them and just, I don't know, maybe get them put away for a future baby. Who knows what we'll do with that, but it doesn't need to sit in the closet. Besides that, we have like breast pump here. This is like the first breast pump I've ever had, even with my son, the Mandela pump, an old Easter bag, some wrapping paper for Father's Day for some reason, an old toy from like last Christmas. We've got bubble bath toys. We have a teddy bear that my mother-in-law bought her. We even have a diaper changing like station or organizer by Munchkin that we never ever used, and maybe we can give that to somebody else So just literally just so many things. We know what it's like if you're a mom, and you know how you just accumulate a lot of stuff when you have babies and little ones. They need a lot of things, and over time it's just ever changing. So just trying to sort through all of this so that we can just get this done before we prepare to leave. I'm doing that in every room of the house, going room to room, trying to declutter every single room and deep clean it, and just do the things that I don't do every single day, every single week, the things that I've been putting off for a little while. This here shelf, because she doesn't typically sit in one spot and play because she is one, this shelf doesn't serve the purpose that I thought it might serve. It's more so just holding a lot of things. I still wanted to hold some of her toys, but as you can see, it's been holding a ton of other things as well. So I'm going to try my best to organize this and make it kind of look a little bit better, do what I can here. I just was checking to make sure that it was still attached to the wall for safety reasons. But yeah, just trying my best to just put away some of the things that I often come and just set in here on this shelf, because I'm bad with that. Like if I have surfaces, normally I will clutter them. And again, there is one way that you know that you need to declutter. And sometimes if you can't stop yourself from using your surfaces to hold a lot of clutter, then I always say just completely get rid of it. That storage solution, that system is just no longer working for you. But we're gonna worry about that a different day. For now, it's gonna have to keep working for me, at least until we, come back here next summer season, things like that, or maybe later on when we come home before the new year or something. Like I don't know. So I'm just gonna see, what toys she's playing with versus the ones that she's not playing with. We have a little basket here. It's an old Easter basket that I just keep like tiny little randoms, and I usually grab things out of here if we're about to go somewhere, like if we have a car ride, or I need her to sit still for a little bit of time, or I'm dropping her off in the church nursery. There are little pieces and toys that I can quickly grab, like this little wooden book that'll just keep her busy for a little bit. It's not like any type of like skill development, whereas I also have other toys on here, like this here little hedgehog toy that's more so for skill development. So I have a few different variety of toys and things like that here on this shelf, and I'm kind of just going through them and trying to at least tidy them and organize them and make sure that they're toys that she's actually still going to be playing with within the next few months or so. That is pretty much my focus with the kids. So I am still going to have to come back and do a little extra deep cleaning in here. I want to dust the windowsills. I want to get like underneath or behind the bed and crib and make sure nothing like fell underneath or behind there. I don't suppose that it really is much. It's not the same as like the kitchen where we're constantly cooking or spilling things and things like that. So I still want to deep clean it, but it's just, you have to declutter before you can organize, and I also think you should organize before you clean. So I'm just taking it one step at a time. The family room was ready for some deep cleaning. The kitchen, we're still working on it, but with the kids room, I really need to just declutter a whole lot more before I can get into the deep cleaning. So that is my focus here inside of the kids room. Now for my 6-year-old's room, you guys are not going to see me cleaning his room just yet because they play in his room a lot often, and I am often going in there decluttering his toys. So we did that a little while ago, and I'm not gonna bother it right now because basically he has built a fort in his room. He has blankets and everything, and he is taking a lot of pride in the fort that he built, and he's probably going to be very upset and a little bit devastated if I go and take it down. He put a lot of time into it, and even though it takes up pretty much his whole walking space in his room, I'm gonna leave that for a while for him to be able to play with, at least for another week, and then I'm gonna have to go in there and begin deep cleaning and decluttering in there as well. But I'm just trying to give him some time to finish you know, playing with some of the things that he's playing with so that I'm not working backwards. I'm almost 100% sure if I go in there and I take down his fort, he's just going to rebuild it, if not today, tomorrow, or in a couple of days. And I'm not obviously against him playing and building and being creative. That is what I want him to do. And yeah, I do need to get cleaning done, but it's not to the point where it's more important than, you know, his creativity and his fun as well. I don't want to put my to-do list above, you know, his playtime. So I'm giving him some time in there. That's where the kids play, and we are more than likely going to tackle his room a little bit later and probably like last on the list. That is trash that we're gonna throw away. An old swim floaty, as well as like a diaper that's too small, some diaper baggies, empty cartons, tags, things like that. And then here are all the things that I'm gonna go downstairs and I have to get a box for the things on top that we're going to start packing away. I'm gonna try and pack away those two items over there if I can, the walker and the bouncer, because she's just not going to be using those anymore, and it's no need for me to have them out. And I'm also going to find some place to store. I don't think I'm going to pack away my breast pump. I'm gonna probably store these in the back of my own closet is what I'm thinking, and then I'm going to get a larger bin for those. And I think what I'm going to do going forward is have one large bin of boy clothing and one large bin of girl clothing. I don't want to combine them because it makes it easier in the future. So I'm going to go into the garage and see if there's an empty bin in there that we could repurpose for all of the baby girl clothes from here on out. So anything that she outgrows from this point on will all go into that bin, and we'll slide that into our bin system inside of the garage. And then there's a bin there that I'm also going to go into the kitchen and pull out any bottles and pacifiers that she's no longer using and store them in there as well. We never really use bottles much, so not with my last son and not with my daughter. So here's where we are: a mess to throw away and some stuff to put into storage.
I got an ache inside of me. It's a deep hole where I bleed. Oh, can I seal it? You're like an ocean without land. Not a single grain of sand. I'm drifting on it. So cold, yet warm. When you hold me, when you close, I know I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it brighter right through the gray.
Okay, you guys, so in the garage, I did check to see if I could find any type of reusable or repurposable storage containers, and I couldn't find one that I liked. So I just went ahead and ordered this pink one from Walmart. Had it delivered to the home the very next day. I thought this pink one would be perfect because even if I don't label it, which I do plan to do, I could just know that the pink one is all of the baby girl clothing. So just going through this just brought back so many memories, just seeing some of like the baby's old little pieces. And then there was even a Halloween pajama set inside of the bin that Noah could actually still fit. So I'm actually going to pack that to take with us. I think it'd be great for the season coming up. And then for the bin that used to have all the clothes in it, I'm storing away some of those little like organizer bins, like the really small ones, a couple of pacifier clips, a little plastic bowl that I used when she was a newborn to just wash her down, an extra breast pump, as well as the diaper organizer. These are just a few things that I'm thinking maybe we'll put away for future use. Today, bedroom is definitely a mess, so let's work on here a bit. It has just been put off for way too long. So let's get this done. I got a little bit of time to do it.
Closer to where you wanna be in your life, the weight on your shoulders, time to put it down. You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. When you fall and you break, you got changes to make now. See the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right there, now just look up and follow. Take one step at a time, babe, I'm with you all the way. So baby, get up, 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 up. No, don't you stay down, 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 down. Now lift yourself up, 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 up. Baby, baby, get up, baby, get up. The brighter you're shining, the darker skies get. So used to be hiding behind your fears, but from my perspective, you got just what it takes. You're in control here, don't you forget. You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. When you fall and you break, you got changes to make now. See the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right there, now just look up and follow. Take one step at a time, babe, I'm with you all the way. And baby, get up, no, don't just stay down, and lift yourself up. Baby, baby, get, so baby, get up. So baby, get up. Don't just stay. See the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right there, and I just look up and follow. Take one step at a time, but I'm with you all the way. So baby, get up.
All right, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this whole house clean with me. It was a bit different and a little bit, you know, bits and pieces, but that is just the realistic mom life clean with me. Sometimes you can get it all done at once, and then sometimes you gotta, you know, do what you can. So we've been doing what we can, but nevertheless, we get it done. We don't stop, we don't quit. So that is the topic here of this video. You do what you can, you do what works for you. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join for more motherhood motivation, homemaking inspiration, cleaning videos, days in the life, homeschool content, organization, shopping hauls, grocery hauls, all of the things here on this channel. I would love to have you here, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.